I was sent this USB 4 cable by Silkland for the purpose of making videos. I got it for free, so full disclaimer on that. And if you're looking for a USB-C cable that supports Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4, which are, by the way, interchangeable, they're pretty much the same thing, this is one of the options that you have. Usually when you get a Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4 device, Thunderbolt is a little bit difficult for me to pronounce. Anyway, usually when you get a USB 4 device, you get a cable with it because it is not a usual USB-C cable. You cannot use a regular USB-C cable with a Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4 device, so you need a special cable. Usually the products come with one of these such cables. However, as with this example that I have right here, this is a 𝘎𝙧𝙨 enclosure that supports NVMe drives, and this is a very fast drive. Okay, so it uses a lot of bandwidth and it requires a Thunderbolt cable. However, the one that comes with this one is very, very short, and it's actually a Thunderbolt 3, as you can see here, which happens to be USB-C as well. Now, the thing is that sometimes you might have the need to use a longer cable. Maybe you need a right angle cable. And so Silkland comes with several. They have many options for you to choose from, but if you need a long cable, this can be one of those many choices that you can have. So in this video, I'm going to, I was going to say unbox it, but this is actually packaged, so maybe unpackage it and show you what it's like, and most importantly, how it performs. So after I take it out, I'm going to connect it to this very 𝘎𝙧𝙨 enclosure and going to run a speed test on my Mac to see whether or not the performance is at least the same as this, which would be perfect. Okay, so let's start by taking it out of the package. The package is very simple, as you can see. It is kind of plasticky. It looks like recycled paper, but it's actually plastic. Not sure if that's important to you. It's not to me, really. But yeah, here we go. Now, as opposed to usual or standard USB-C cables that even if they are high speed, they may be USB 3.3 Gen 2 or 3.2. Those are usually a lot slimmer. Like I think I have one over here that supports, well, it's connected to something right now, but you can see the difference in the thickness of these cables. Now, this is one of the things that you usually can tell between a Thunderbolt or USB 4 cable and a regular USB-C cable. Now, this is very, very thick because it has support for a lot more bandwidth. And as you can see, it is way longer than the one that was included with this enclosure. So this one has one right angle, as you can see, and another straight angle. So you can, use whatever angle you need for, your purpose. So I think that for the purpose of testing this, because of the way my Mac Studio is positioned, I'm going to have to use this one to go into the Mac Studio and this one into the 𝘎𝙧𝙨 enclosure. Now, I like that this is braided. So, and of course, I like the convenience of the right angle. And because it's USB-C, you can plug it either way. So, depending on the direction of the angle that you need, okay? So on one side, you can see that it supports 40 gigabits per second. Maybe you cannot see it here in the camera, but yeah, the legend here says 40 gigabits per second, and it supports up to 240 watts of charging. So that's actually another benefit of USB 4 cables, that is that they support high-speed charging. Okay, so I'm going to remove the protective covers here, and I'm going to remove the little cable or ties. And it also includes, this is very nice, it includes a Velcro style tie. So this is really nice. I really love it when cables include this type of cable management aid. Okay, so you see silklandtech.com. Okay, so I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to start the speed test software, and we're going to have a look. I'm going to record the screen of the screen. I'm going to record the screen of the speed test so that you can see for yourself how good this performance is. Now, for the record, well, actually, let me just plug in the cable first. All right, so I have plugged the Thunderbolt cable on the back of my Mac Studio. So now I'm going to remove the included one, which is, by the way, making a lot of noise. And I'm just gonna plug this here. So as you can see, this says Type-C 40 gigabits per second. And this, like I mentioned, does support 40 gigabits per second. So I'm just gonna plug it right here and just confirm with the LED. The LED is covered by the right angle, but I can see it flashing, so this means that the USB device has already been detected. And I'm going to start recording my screen. And I just need to make sure that I'm using the right microphone, okay, so that I can sync the video in edit. And now I'm going to hit record. Okay, so right now you should be looking at the disk speed test by Blackmagic Design. So I'm just going to select the target drive. I'm going to make sure that it is in fact USB enclosure, and I'm gonna hit start. Now, before I begin, I am used to using the regular or the included USB cable or Thunderbolt cable with the enclosure, and the speeds that I'm used to getting are 2600 to about 2800 megabytes per second. So I expect at least the same amount of speed using this cable, despite it being much longer. Okay, so it is actually a 2-meter cable, by the way, in case you were wondering. So let's hit start. And right off the bat, we get the same speeds for write and read. So 2600, again 2600. Let's see if it goes all the way to 2800. I got 2700 right now. And this is usual to have a difference. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower. It is pretty much par for the course. So I would say that the speeds are very similar, or almost identical to the short USB 4 or USB 3 cable that comes with this. All right, so excellent cable. It's working just the way I expected it to. So I really like the way that it's braided. It seems to be very durable. It has a very high quality feel to it. So yeah, it's a cable. There's not much to it. The really important aspect of this type of cable is the performance, because it's a Thunderbolt cable, not a regular USB-C cable. Truck driving by. Anyway, Silkland USB 4/Thunderbolt 4 cable. Highly recommended. I'm very happy with this. And again, Silkland sent this free of charge for me to make a video about it. Now, also, why would you be looking for this type of cable? In case you need to connect a high-speed device such as this one. I'm going to stop the speed test. Okay, so reasons why you might need this type of cable and not a regular USB-C cable is if you have an enclosure such as this one or any other enclosure that supports 40 gigabits per second. If you have a USB 4 or Thunderbolt dock that also supports 40 gigabits per second. So this is an excellent cable for that. And if you want to connect a display, some displays have a USB-C on both ends, so you can connect this type of cable. You cannot connect a regular USB-C cable. You have to use a Thunderbolt cable to connect your displays if your display supports a USB interface. Usually displays include such a cable, but maybe you need a longer one or you need a higher quality one than the one that was included with your display, then this is an excellent option. So again, thank you for watching. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope to see you in the next one, and until then, may God bless you all.